Welcome back to the channel. Today's episode is about storage of motorcycle during summers, especially in Dubai. Let me first introduce you to this episode so that if any of these topics are of interest to you, you can continue watching. Else, don't waste your time, watch some other of my episodes. So these are the topics that will be covered. What to do with bikes in summer, especially in UAE. What are different options available? Why did I choose Car Capsule? And then finally, unboxing and setup of Car Capsule. What are pros and cons? And what is my initial feedback? So if that is of interest to you, keep watching. So now let's start the episode. So first, what to do with bikes in summer. In summer, the temperatures obviously here in UAE are extreme, 40 plus, and it remains consistently 40 plus, sometimes even reaches 50 during summers for good 3 or 4 months. So my initial assumption was people don't ride in summers and just keep their bikes parked all through the summer. For me, more importantly, I noticed that my bike just keeps catching dirt, and with all this heat, is paint going to fade, and with long parking, is battery going to die out? What to do with all these things? And for me personally, and I'm sure a lot of others as well, most importantly, I don't want my bike to become a breeding ground for lizards. I do have a phobia of lizards, and one day when I was removing cover from my bike during winters, I saw a lizard right in front of my face, taking a sun bath on my motorcycle cover, absorbing all that vitamin D, and it scared the shit hell out of me. So I was very concerned. I'm not going to park my bike in summers at home under covers and inviting all the nice cute lizards in all the crevices on my bike. But very soon I discovered that people still go out, or let me say these crazy fanatic bike riders still go out in summers on rides early in the morning. So I started thinking about what to do then. Can I park bike at home? Should I put it in some storage area where I can access it whenever I want, or at least once a week, obviously with some notice given to them so that they can arrange access to bike? So I started looking for options, and this was my criteria: upkeep during storage, cost of storage, and for me, most importantly, how to avoid lizards during storage. And these are the options that I discovered. Number one, storage areas. Some workshops provide these storage facilities. So if you live in an apartment, maybe heat is not a problem or dust is not a problem. But since I live in a villa, so of course, and my garage is not covered fully, of course, parking for motorcycle is an issue for me. So these are the options: storage at one of the garages, store at home under cover, and finally a sealed storage like Car Capsule or some other similar option. And now let's talk about cost. To evaluate cost wise, I thought I'll make a small business case. Here are the facts about a business case. I compared a solution like Car Capsule versus storing the bike at one of the garages. So here is my comparison. Storage costs are between 350 to 400 a month. So if you store it for, let's say, 5 months, and it's 400 average, so we're talking about 2,000 a year. But then of course you have to live with dust and all other things for rest of the year. Plus every time you have to access your bike during summers or whenever it is in storage, you have to take into account, you have to go to that garage, pay, let's say, around 30-40 dirhams for one-way trip, and when you drop it back, you have to come back on taxi again. So let's say 80 dirhams for each round trip, and if you do it twice a month during summer months, so for 5 months you have to take 10 trips, so that's another 800 dirhams. So roughly annual cost 2,800 dirhams. Let's compare that with Car Capsule. Car Capsule $1,300, which is roughly 4,700 dirhams. I also paid an import duty of around 500 dirhams, so add that on top of it, that's 5,200 dirhams. So which means purely cost wise, the payback period is around 1.5 or 2 years. Now let's add some qualitative criteria on top. The biggest negative, qualitatively speaking, for Car Capsule are those crazy looks of wife or monthly Sultan of looking at that big capsule every day whenever she goes out of the house. And of course that big huge tag of 5,200 dirhams that she would keep reminding me whenever she looks at that. Oh boy, persistent torture. On the positive side, it would make my wife jealous of Manchali, which sometimes helps. Plus, it could be a very good alternate place as a doghouse arrangement whenever I get kicked out. Car Capsule is cozy, has constant airflow, and it has complete isolation from all possible whining and bickering of my wife whenever she's in that bad mood. And last but not the least, I can always watch my Manchali 24 hours a day wherever I am in the world by placing my dirt cheap Nest Cam within the Car Capsule, just like this. Watch this. I know this is crazy, but still I love to watch my baby. Okay, so I end up buying it. Let's quickly go through assembly and setup. You can see here package arrived pretty well. You just open the Car Capsule structure, connect the pump fill it up. And as you can see here, I didn't know which side is up, so I ended up assembling it on its side, then quickly fixed it, and it was up and running, I think in less than a minute. Then I had to put the filter and the constant airflow fan inside the capsule. It's all pretty easy if you have watched one of the videos available on Car Capsule. But then while I was setting it up, the Southern came. Her raid caught me off guard, and she made a lot of observation about how big and ugly it looks, just as expected. But finally she was okay, and after some heavy negotiations, she allowed me to keep it. Took some time to arrange the wires, cables, everything inside so that nothing bothers me while I'm parking the bike. So everything was set up nice and clean and pretty easily. Then came the stage of parking the bike within the capsule. Here's when I noticed some of the observations. My 1250 GSA, I think, is almost the size of the width of this capsule. So I noticed when I park it moving forward into the capsule, my rear bags were almost as wide as the drive-in width. But once I parked it inside, I could not get out because the bags were blocking me. So the only way I could park in this orientation was to remove one of the rear bags and then get out. So I guess this was the downside. But then somebody advised me, why don't I try parking it in reverse? So here I'm attempting that parking in reverse. And you can see actually this works. Although I have to make sure that when I'm moving the bike in reverse, it has to be on extreme right side of the capsule so that there is enough space for me to get out from left side of my bike. Anyway, this works either way. Now let's talk about the second problem I faced, which is regarding the filter. The filter casing, which is located outside the capsule, is sealed from three sides, so the only way you can access it from the bottom. If the capsule is all filled up, it's very difficult for somebody with big hands like mine to fit the filter. In fact, you can see here, I damaged the foam around the filter, which is supposed to be inserted within two thin layers of this material in that small, which is very difficult to maneuver around. So next day, I fixed it with some masking tape. Here you can see my improvisation to fix the foam around the filter. I removed the air from the structure so that I can see inside the filter compartment, and I finally managed to fix the filter. Maybe this is something that Phil at Car Capsule can consider in this model of Car Capsule, how to make it a bit easier. Maybe this is how we are supposed to do: remove the air, put the filter inside, and then fill it up. That should work because I don't have to change filter every month or every day. I hope it will survive a few months or maybe a season. Besides that, my initial thoughts would be maybe Phil should consider making it a bit wider. Also, I noticed in order to arrange cables and my beautiful camera inside the capsule, I tried to stick some fixtures with the 3M tape, but somehow they don't stick with the material of capsule. So maybe some fixtures can be arranged through which I can hang something from within the capsule. Maybe Car Capsule company should consider this as well. But overall, I'm extremely happy that I made this investment. I can easily get in and out, put a trickle charger on my bike while it is parked for longer durations. I love the overall look and feel. It seemed extremely solid, very sturdy, and I hope it is going to survive several years, and I'm going to enjoy having my bike at home with complete access whenever I want throughout the year. Thank you very much, Car Capsule. I hope this review might help some other people as well. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon in my next video, which is going to be on the topic of camera mounts on motorcycle, my improvisation and a little bit of innovation on that. Thank you.